joining me and Rob, we have.
This is big.
This is pretty
This
big.
is pretty big right here, right
as
now.
it's gonna get
This
for
is
me right
very,
now.
very, very timely and very big.
We have Frank Sanchez, who is the national political advisor to Senator
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Welcome,
Yeah.
Frank
Thank
Sanchez.
you.
How are you?
Thank
Welcome to
you.
the show, Frank.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You know, you're right. You've done so much in the Tampa Bay community, just with all the stuff that you've done. How did you get noticed and become part of his advisor?
Do you send a resume in and say,
No.
hey, Barack, I want to hang out and do some stuff?
Well,
Do a video on YouTube, and here you go.
I've been very blessed. I got to serve in the Clinton administration. I served in the White House and then later as Assistant Secretary of Transportation. And someone brought to Barack's attention my involvement in the prior administration and my activity politically in Florida. And he called me 3 weeks before he announced and asked me to help him.
So you knew before anybody else knew that you were going to be his national advisor.
there was
for-
speculation.
No.
No, at that time he just asked me to help. He didn't give me an assignment. He just said, "Would you please support me?" And initially I said, "No, I can't make that commitment yet because I
Don't know what's going on out there.
I have a prior
got other things
prior
he's gotta do.
relationship with the Clintons,
Right.
and I'm struggling with this decision." And I said, "Can I call you back?" And he said, "Sure." And so I spent the next 10 days agonizing.
Wow, that must have been very difficult to do.
It was painful because I have great respect for the Clintons, but Barack Obama moved me, and he had captured my heart. And so I was struggling between a sense of obligation,
loyalty
a
and
sense
passion,
of loyalty, and
right.
a sense of this is who I really want to support. And it was a friend of mine who I shared my agony with, and he says, "So you are going to support Hillary Clinton out of a sense of loyalty?" And I said, "Yes." And
but what about this?
well, what he said was, he says, "Well, if loyalty is so important to you, you first have to be loyal to yourself." And it was like an epiphany, and I said, everything tells me you should support Hillary. At that point, she was 30 points ahead of everybody.
Right.
There she was.
But when my friend said that was it. I called Barack 10 minutes after that call. I said, "I'm on board." And then I called the Clinton campaign. I said, "This is the toughest phone call I've ever had to make politically, but I'm not going to be with you."
Did you actually talk to Hillary and tell her that? Or you just
I
talked
didn't,
to-
and I'm glad I didn't have to
Good.
do that.
Yeah. I'm not the most, I'm not really into, I can't tell you anything about sports. Not a whole lot about sports. And nor can I really sit down and have a great conversation for 2 hours
About
politics.
politics.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I think and what I feel and what I mean, but I don't know exactly what a national political advisor is. What does your job really entail? I mean,
Well,
there's
I
so
actually
many people around these people.
I actually have two roles. I have
Okay.
two very specific roles. I'm national chairman for Hispanic finance. So
Okay.
one very specific job is
Can you speak Spanish?
yes, I can
You
speak
think?
Spanish.
Kidding.
Yeah, I think.
Just kidding.
But my job is to organize the business and professional community around the country to help raise resources for the campaign from the Hispanic community. And my second job is I'm an advisor to Barack on Latin America.
Okay, so he comes and asks you, he says, hey, listen, should this be what I say, or what kind of things do I need to address in my speech? And you go, well, I would advise you not to do that. And I
Well,
would
it's
advise you.
it's kind of like that, but I'm not the only one. There are a group
Okay.
of us,
I assume.
and so an issue will be put forward, and we all kind of throw our ideas on the table, and we debate, and we argue, and we fight, and then we come up with
Unanimous, and
our
then go at it.
policy on what we think should be the case, and we present it to Senator Obama.
Well, speaking about the election and all the stuff that's going on, Hillary had a big win the other night. What are some of the things that you think
Doesn't want to
Senator
hear that.
Obama?
No, I'm all right.
Yeah.
It actually, it wasn't such a big win.
For her, it was. I mean, she's portraying it as
Yes,
it was.
except we need to be clear. The way that we reach a nominee is through delegates.
Sure.
And Pennsylvania had approximately 138 delegates, and at the end of the day, Hillary had a net gain of about 11 delegates.
Oh, out of all of that,
That's
really?
all.
Oh, well,
so we
that
need to
doesn't
put this
sound so
in
big.
perspective that.
But it's the spin on the public
it's
that
the
they
spin.
get that momentum going behind them
Well,
without really knowing the truth.
You can blame that on the cable news networks because they're making a lot of money off of this fight.
Why do you think that? What is it? The animosity, not the animosity, the Hillary and
Fingers,
Obama.
hands,
I'm sorry.
fists, what?
This is such a passionate campaign. I mean, I don't remember one. Of course, I'm quite young, but I don't remember a campaign like this where it became so intense and where it went on for so long.
First of all, it's exciting.
And it started a long time ago, too.
Number one, it's exciting. Number two, in many ways, I think it's good for the party. In Pennsylvania alone, we've had, I'm not sure how many hundreds of thousands of new voters that have registered in the last 6 months.
Because of this?
Well, because of the interest in the two candidates. So in some cases it looks a little ugly, and in some ways it's good. It's really good for democracy that we have so many hundreds of thousands of new voters because they're excited about this.
Sure.
Do you think that it's elections of the past? I mean, this started almost a year ago or over a year ago in just publicity and things in the internet. You think that
the
the
internet made a
distribution of
huge deal.
information has interested people in the way people get information, younger people, older people? I mean, has that helped a little bit?
Well,
in the whole
I don't think there's any doubt that there are many more outlets, the internet being one of them. And I have to say, I think Barack Obama has created some magic. People are excited about him. And I think they're probably excited for the same reasons I am. I see in Barack Obama a real genuine person, a real person, someone who really wants to try to change the way the way business is handled in Washington. And I think that's had a lot to do with it. I think technology has helped, but I think Barack's had a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Frank, one last question. So should
I have another one too.
Should Obama win the presidential election, is there a chance you could be part of the administration?
Public service is always has to be a part of my life.
You love it.
And I think I might have that opportunity.
How wonderful is that for you? Sorry, I'm done. Sorry.
But let me say this: I'll come back after November, and I'll answer that specifically.
I love it. I'm in love with Obama or hot for Hillary. Which one was the best YouTube parody?
Well, what do you think I'm going to say?
Frank, thank you very much for coming here. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for having me.